This is crazy. Just 12 weeks ago, Johnny had never sat in a racing car. And here we are at the Dubai 24 Hours. He's about to compete in the 370Z against 99 other cars.
This is one of the hardest 24-hour races there is. So mainly what they've got to contend with is so much hours of darkness. It gets dark about 5:30 and it doesn't get light again until 6 in the morning.
So two unique features of this particular race is firstly we're in the desert, so we may well get some sand blowing over the circuit, so one lap to the next the grip levels will vary, but also the sheer number of cars on this grid, 98 cars. It's by far the biggest grid that any 24-hour race starts with, and so keeping out of trouble is going to be very, very difficult.
All of us are GT Academy champions, so once again doing this race with all gamer lineup. So for Johnny, the step up is quite big. He's tested the GT4 car, but never at this circuit. It's going to be tough for him, but you learn best when you chuck into the deep end.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty excited and confident at the same time. And I'm feeling pretty calm, confident.
There's always, especially when it's your first time, there's always a bit nervous on the beginning. But yeah, I'm even actually a bit nervous, to be honest.
This is a massive step, as it always has been for all the GT Academy winners over these recent years.
We're starting P2 in our class and 44th overall. Jan has to be really careful. The first corner will be really tricky with 100 car.
If we have a good race, we can do well, but so many things can happen in the next 24 hours.
And the Dubai 24 Hours for 2017 is about to get underway. There are 5 red lights that are immediately extinguished. The green flag is waved in from the gantry, and it looks to be a good start.
Well, Jan just started the race. He has done a brilliant job so far. We are P1, so we are leading the race right now. Still 24 hours to go, it's quite early.
Yeah, first stint done. Took the start of the race, which was really good, really cool, really exciting. Managed to get the lead and stay in the lead for the whole of my stint. So changed over to Ricardo. He's in the car now. So far so good, no problems with the car. Leading, good.
Oh, there's a car gone all the way off, and that's the leader in the NISMO car, almost joining them there. Well, that just goes to show that things can happen. That's a leader in the class, the number 1, 2, 3. Well. Carlos Sanchez in, and he is having to come in a masterful piece of driving from Ricardo to avoid a potentially very difficult situation there.
I don't quite really know what's happening. It looks like there is a problem with the rear left wing. I hope they will find the solution quickly.
We've had some sort of suspension failure, left rear. It might be a spring, it might be a damper. It's all in a few pieces behind me at the moment. So it's dropped us down the order. We're 12th in class. So, yeah. Mildly annoying.
We go straight to code 60, unsurprisingly.
Can you get your stuff on?
Yep.
Cheers. Johnny's clearly about to get in the car, and under a code 60 this is slightly easier from a driver's perspective. He's not going to have to get in there and go and get on it straight away.
Thumbs up to the team, car gets dropped, engine fires, off he goes.
Well, Johnny's in the car right now. He will do his stint. It's a perfect timing to go into the night because it's not completely dark. So your eyes can get used to the night very well. You can get your references and all this stuff. So perfect timing for Johnny to jump into the car, and hopefully we will see him back in 2 hours.
off on the infield, right in front of us.
Well, very unlucky situation for Johnny. He just went out, and I think cold tires are really tricky, and he just went flat out. He spun the car and then he got hit. I don't think the damage is really hard, but we will lose some time on the pit box, unfortunately. And well, this is racing. Poor Johnny, and hopefully the guys can do a good job.
Johnny had been offline, overtaking a lot of cars on the right-hand side, off the conventional racing line, and I think got quite a lot of dust and debris on his tyres. A lot of that dust and debris, looking at the video, is coming in through the vents, and he reached down to close his visor, and I think he's missed his braking point, braked a little late, the cars are rushing up, he panicked, braked too hard and spun, and has hit another car just as he was turning into the corner. So we're going to have a go at fixing it. He's staying in the car, and we fight on from here. Johnny's just completing his stint. No more dramas to report. We're still a long way down. The earlier incident and the repairs that it necessitated has left us, a long way down. But 18 hours and 50 minutes remaining. I am ever the optimist.
Yeah, it was just a disaster. There's no way around it. On my opening lap after the code 60s, the ABS switch was turned off, and in this car you're used to the ABS always being on, so you can really hit the brakes. When I have ABS, the first things to lock up are the rear wheels, and I think that's what happened. I mean, I should have been more careful on cold tires, regardless. But it's a learning experience, and I just have to forget about it and take it as it is.
Just over 10 hours into the race, we had a bit of a roller coaster first few hours, but settled into a nice rhythm now. Jan's had a great second double stint, very consistent. Ricardo's in the car now, and he is by far the fastest car on track in our category. Hugely consistent, 2 minute 12 laps every single lap, whilst the others, fast leaders, are like 2 minute 18, so it just goes to show where we could have been.
Even just reaching daylight on day 2 of a 24-hour race, you feel like you're almost home.
Yeah, and then you look at the clock. It is a long, long night here.
Well, daylight it's out. There's no night anymore. Well, I'm very happy that Johnny is back in the car.
Johnny's second stint, a polar opposite to his first. He's back to the Johnny that we saw compete successfully at Race Camp at Silverstone, and the one that we've seen throughout the DDP. Good, solid, consistent times in the car. He's actually, as the sun's come up, just gone a fraction quicker than Roman and Ricardo as well. So, totally different mindset and a far better job.
Stint, I really needed a good stint after the first one that was, quite frankly and honestly, a bit of a disaster. I was really angry with myself. I was feeling really down, and I was feeling terrible. And this last stint is such a huge contrast.
Look at the smoke from the Nissan 123 and 123, yes. And is that just a problem with that rear bodywork, which is still hanging on?
Yeah, I mean, Roman probably wouldn't be aware of the bumper kind of flapping in the wind. It wouldn't affect performance. So no, his lap times were really good again and very consistent.
So we have an hour 45 left. Yeah, so Johnny's going to be taking the checker flag, which is a nice feeling to do. And he's going to, hopefully he can redeem himself.
And right now he's doing a consistent lap on a good pace. He's doing pretty well.
Tough, mentally tough, but all the guys, you know, performed. Roman and Ricardo did an amazing job. Johnny, I'm glad that he finished the race, and I'm glad he finished on a high.
I take a lot of pride in the fact that, you know, we had 4 really good drivers out there, and just obviously disappointed with the result. Yeah, I mean, this was Johnny's first international race. It was a big step up from the racing we've been doing in the UK, and it couldn't have got off to a worse start, you know, crashing on your very first racing lap in a 24-hour race. You know, could have been the end mentally for Johnny, but he got back on the horse, he got through that first stint, he finished his first stint, and then in the second stint, he was absolutely bang on, you know, really quick, consistent laps, so he did really well mentally to overcome that difficult start.
Yet again, we've seen genuine computer gamers make the grade as racing drivers.
It was amazing getting the chance to drive the car over the line, taking the flag. Everyone was amazing, the team was amazing, my co-drivers were amazing. I'm just really emotional right now. I'll be more coherent in an hour or so. Until then, though, I'll keep on crying.